For me to be the movie nerd, it's kind of crazy that I didn't know about the controversy surrounding this movie. Sue me. Welcome back, Midnight Society. It's your boy, the Movie Nerd, here with the movie review for The Hunt. If you're wondering why I have the same shirt on for my Bloodshot movie review, it's because, obviously, I recorded it the same day. And I watched both movies on the same day, which is today, so there you have it. Alright, so The Hunt, it stars Betty Gilpin and... woo! Amazing silver screen debut. I've never watched it glow, so this is my first time actually seeing her act. This movie pretty much revolves around a couple of leads that take a dozen people and pretty much gag them, place them in the field, and then they hunt them. Hence the name, The Hunt. If I would have delved more into the trailer and kind of studied what this movie is about before I went to watch it, it would have made a lot more sense going into it. But since I don't like to be biased when I go into movies, I don't like to watch trailers over and over or read too much about movies that I'm going to watch, I didn't know about all the controversy that was surrounding this movie. But I just thought this was another Blumhouse production. This is one of my favorite production companies. I didn't watch Fantasy Island because I heard it was horrible, but I was looking forward to this one. At first I thought it was just going to be about a bunch of rich people, maybe hunting other people, like reminding me of Hostel, so I didn't really think too much of it, but there really is a deeper underlying political tone in this movie. Also, when I first started watching this, I thought this was going to be more of like a, I guess, horror serious movie. Don't get me wrong, there are serious points in this movie. It's definitely not a horror movie. I categorize it more as a like dark comedy, satirical type movie. Think Parasite, but not as Oscar worthy, not as great, but not bad. There's a lot of actors in this movie that you know, like Justin Hartley from This Is Us. You got Julia Roberts. Of course, there's Hilary Swank. And there was like a surprising cameo that I wouldn't even call it a cameo. He played like a decent role in this movie. The guy from Boy Meets World, Frankie. Ethan Suplee. I'm not even going to act like I knew his name. I literally pulled it out on my phone. But I saw him, I was like, hey, that looks like Frankie. But it seems a little thinner, has a beard, but I'm glad that he's still doing acting. But all in all, Betty Gilpin definitely held this movie together and literally carried it the entire time. Like within the first 10 minutes you see her and she seems real mysterious, and then she walks off and you probably don't see her for like a good, like, I want to say like 20 to 25 minutes of the movie. But don't get me wrong, within that 25 minutes there's some stuff going on that's pretty amazing. Emma Thompson, yeah, you surprised me, didn't see that coming. Justin Hartley, I can't say too much about it, you just gotta watch that scene. Betty Gilpin, I didn't expect her Mississippi accent in this movie, and I also didn't expect her to play the role that she was in this movie, and I was pleasantly surprised. It's kind of like when I watched Ready or Not and I was like, oh, it's Margot Robbie. Then it was like, no, it's Samara Weaving, some actress I've never heard about before. But after I was like, I gotta see what else she acts in because I want to watch some more of her. That sounded creepier than what I meant. But after watching this movie and seeing Betty Gilpin, it makes me want to go watch Glow just because that's how great her acting was in this movie. But the overall gist of the movie is pretty much left wing versus right wing. It's about the elites versus the less, and that's where the controversy of this movie comes from. And like I said before, if you don't know about that and you're going to this movie at first glance, that's not what it seems like, but the more it goes through the plot, you start understanding it. And in the final act, it's obvious that this is what this movie's about. I really don't like talking politics too much, but I don't mind watching it on this big screen or on the TV. And the way they kind of implemented politics into this movie, I enjoy it. I can see why some people probably won't like it. They'll have, you know, their own opinions on it. And I can see there's going to be a lot of negative reviews about this movie just because of the political stance that it's trying to take. It's not on one side or the other. It bashes both pretty much equally. And if you're going to have a political movie, especially for it to be satirical, I feel like it has to be balanced in that way to where, hey, we're bashing this side, but we're bashing that side other. It's like Dave Chappelle in comedy. You can't get mad at Dave Chappelle talking about black people because he talks about white people. He talks about Asians. He talks about Hispanics. So it's kind of like, hey, we love Dave Chappelle because he's non-biased in his comedy. There's a scene in the movie where they talk about the N-word and I was like, that didn't really bother me, but I could definitely see this rubbing other people the wrong way. And not even black people, probably white people. At first I couldn't pinpoint how I felt about this movie, but then when I started realizing the dark comedy and the satirical side of it, and the parts that they're trying to be funny on, to me, those parts hit. And overall, I thought it was a pretty good movie. Shout out to Hilary Swank. She also did an impeccable job in this movie. I don't want to belittle her role. It's just that Betty Gilpin, this is my first time seeing her, and to me, she carried this entire movie. I'll just say you have to go into this movie with an open mind. If you're into politics, or you're very political, or if you get offended easily, you probably don't want to go see this movie. But if you don't mind taking a jab when it comes to politics, or you want to see something that's good satire in my opinion, then I think you should go watch this movie. So all in all, I thought The Hunt was a pretty good movie, and I have to give it a 4. Definitely worth watching in theaters. So The Hunt, let me know what you think if you saw it, if you plan on going to see it, or if you don't plan on going to see it. And as always, if you like what you see here, like, comment, share, and subscribe. And this is submitted for the approval of the Midnight Society.